all of you might have tuned in to My 11 Circle Presents Cricbuzz Live, you would have seen our celebration of the biggest upset of the tournament. Now, never mind the fact that that's given Sri Lanka 2 points and England none. What are the ramifications it has on other teams, particularly on Team India today, looking at Afghanistan being a possible slippery team? Not that we're saying it necessarily will happen, but in the mind.
Yeah, absolutely. I think focus, and it's as I say, that wake-up call is the loudest call came to England, but India is in the next room. They can hear it as well. Australia will hear it as well, and say that you can't take any team for granted. These are not easy conditions. Yesterday Sri Lanka they were struggling for about 70% of the match. And then when they got going, the 30% that they did convert, they converted so well that it became a victory. So definitely, I think it's a very good thing for this World Cup, because I think what was happening was that after the first few matches, we were slipping into some sort of predictability, After that Pakistan win there, after that you really hadn't had a result that stirred us up. And I think this result has stirred up the World Cup in general and every top team as well. And I think that's fantastic for the tournament.
Yeah, and as you said, it's not just India, it's Australia. Not that I'm saying anyone wants to be complacent, but when you see a result like that, if there's a tinge of it anywhere saying that we are confident, you have to go and say, okay, let's not tread anywhere.
It's a little bit of a reality check. Also, because of the format of this tournament, it's like it's a round robin, right? You play every team once. So I think what tends to happen is that momentum plays a big factor in these kind of tournaments. So England had lost momentum when they lost against Pakistan, created momentum again, went into the game maybe a little, I wouldn't know, but it seemed like they were going into the game all guns blazing, but maybe they were slightly complacent somewhere, felt that someone or the other will take them over the line. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. They lose momentum again, put themselves under a lot of pressure. They need to create momentum again moving forward into the tournament. So it gives a reality check to all the other teams participating in this World Cup, saying that, especially the contending teams of the semi-final, saying that we cannot take any game for granted. Every game is going to be important. The momentum we have created must be respected, and make sure that we tick every box in every game, so that moving forward we know that we are not left anything to chance against any opponent.
Is that exactly what the Indian team is thinking? We've heard from at least two of them. First, Jasprit Bumrah leading the Indian pace bowling attack, and this is exactly what was said before the game. We are not thinking that any side is easy. On a given day in cricket, anyone can harm you. We're giving equal respect to anyone, be it Afghanistan or Australia, two ends of the spectrum. For us, preparation is the same. Going through the processes, following our routines might sound cliched, yes, but you can see that the thinking that's coming out of there. Let's get your reaction after we listen to what Vijay Shankar had to say. Again, similar. Look to get better even when we get to a practice session. That's the only motive they have. It doesn't matter where we are playing or against which team. It's about how we play, and every individual should be the same. Okay, Joy,
I just love this. I mean, that's what happens when you have really good coaches, and most of them are Australian or from other parts of the world. This processes and practices and get our best practices, and this is, it's as I say, it's a cricketing version of what we call CEO jargon. The paradigm shift must happen here. Its processes must be followed and practices must be followed. Look, I absolutely agree with him. I think he said absolutely the right thing. We can't take anyone for granted. But I love how processes and practices sort of sneak into our conversation just because coaches and physios drill it into our heads.
No, but I actually think it's very true. And I like the fact that, as I'm reading these comments, for me, what's screaming out from those comments is the fact that they're very focused.
Yeah, they're very focused.
They're very focused on what they want to achieve out there. And it's unlike the Indian team that we've seen in the past, where they're dominating the scene and they're going into games knowing that they're going to decimate each opponent. But here there's a respect for each opponent, there's a respect for the game, and that's wonderful to have. Going in there with a sense of modicum about themselves, saying that, okay, we're going in, we're going to play to our merit, we're going to focus on playing to our merit and ticking the boxes that need to be ticked along the way. Let the result take care of itself. But we'll go there and focusing on ticking those boxes, creating momentum, getting a good start, getting early wickets, building partnerships, breaking partnerships, making sure we finish well, either batting first or batting second, and making sure we bat through. Someone bats through for them. Someone makes sure he gets a chunk of the wickets, especially in the middle. So those are the things that they're focusing on. These are the aspects I think that they're more concerned about. And I think that's what Vijay was talking about when he said we're looking to improve on each aspect when you're going out there and practicing. That shows that screams focus to me, and I think that is brilliant for this team going forward.
I fully agree. I fully. Not that I disagree at all with that. I just love the language. I just love.
Absolutely. But then the very fact is, whichever way you look at it, from on the field or off the field, if it is CEO language, it's a CEO of a very successful corporation.
Very successful corporation.
So let's keep that in mind.
Yeah. Absolutely. Very successful corporation. And see, I'll tell you, again, it's a funny thing because it's also very in the Indian basic philosophy that do your shit. The results will take care of itself. You just do your stuff, you do your little things right, you bowl in the right areas, get wickets, run hard between wickets, result will take care of it. Very, very, spiritually, it's very in line with what India thinks.